In our lives, we often hear the words keep going or stay consistent, but what do they really mean? The truth is, consistency is not just about doing something repeatedly. It's about showing up even when it's hard, when the progress seems small, or when life throws obstacles your way. Consistency is born from a deep commitment to your vision. It starts with a desire that fuels your every action. When you understand your bigger purpose, when you know why you're doing what you're doing, the power to stay consistent becomes that much stronger. It becomes a part of who you are, a reflection of your commitment to yourself and your dreams. However, consistency doesn't mean doing everything at once. The secret is in the small steps. It's in breaking down your big goals into smaller, actionable tasks. The little efforts we make every single day, no matter how minor they seem, eventually add up. It's those small actions taken over time that lead to the biggest transformations. And here's the key: you must embrace the journey. Consistency is not just about the destination, but about the growth that occurs on the way there. The moments of struggle, the learning, the evolution of your skills, it's all part of the process. So often, we look at the end result and forget about the beautiful lessons and progress we make while staying committed. Remember, it's the journey that builds you, that prepares you for what's to come. But what happens when the excitement fades? What happens when motivation is nowhere to be found? This is where mindset and discipline come into play. The most consistent people aren't the ones who feel excited every day. They are the ones who understand that discipline keeps them moving forward. Discipline is about showing up when you don't feel like it. It's about putting in the work day in and day out, no matter how challenging it gets. So, the next time you're tempted to give up or doubt your ability to stay consistent, remind yourself consistency isn't perfection. It's persistence. It's the act of showing up, even on the days when it's hard, when the results seem slow, and when everything else seems easier. Keep your eyes on the vision. Take it one step at a time and keep showing up. That is the secret to consistency. Consistency begins with a deep commitment to a vision that is larger than yourself. When you are clear about the direction you want to go and understand why you are doing what you're doing, your actions become fueled by purpose and passion. It's easy to be distracted by the day-to-day demands of life, but when you have a solid sense of purpose, you can stay anchored even when challenges arise. This commitment to a bigger vision is what helps to create the foundation for consistency in all aspects of your life. The first step in cultivating this level of commitment is to define your why. Why do you want to succeed? Why do you wake up every day and do what you do? Understanding your personal motivation gives you the strength to keep going even when the road gets tough. It's not just about chasing superficial goals or external validation. It's about aligning your actions with something that resonates deeply within you. When your purpose is aligned with your core values, consistency becomes less about willpower and more about a natural extension of your inner drive. Without a strong why, you may find yourself drifting from one task to another, lacking the energy or determination to stay consistent. You might struggle to maintain focus when things get difficult, or when immediate gratification seems more appealing than long-term progress. But when you are grounded in a deep commitment to something meaningful, it changes the way you approach each day. You are no longer working just to get things done or to meet a deadline. Instead, you are working towards something greater than yourself, something that holds personal significance. Once you have established your why, it becomes easier to stay consistent because you begin to see the bigger picture. Your vision is no longer just a distant dream, but something that you actively work toward every day. This sense of purpose helps you prioritize the tasks that align with your goals and avoid distractions that take you away from your path. You begin to make decisions based on your commitment to your vision rather than on short-term convenience or instant gratification. The commitment to a larger purpose acts as a compass, guiding you through the highs and lows of your journey. Another powerful aspect of commitment is the ability to stay resilient in the face of setbacks. Life is unpredictable, and you will inevitably face challenges along the way. Whether it's a failure, a difficult circumstance, or simply the weight of exhaustion, the road to success is rarely smooth. However, when you are committed to a larger vision, These obstacles no longer have the power to derail you. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, you begin to view them as opportunities for growth. This mindset shift allows you to maintain your consistency because you are not focused on the immediate discomfort, but on the long-term results of your efforts. In addition to resilience, commitment to a larger vision helps you remain patient with the process. We live in a world where everything is moving at lightning speed, and it's easy to become frustrated when things don't happen as quickly as we'd like. But when your vision is deeply rooted in your values and long-term aspirations, patience becomes a natural byproduct of your commitment. You understand that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that every step, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. Commitment to a bigger vision also provides you with a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond just achieving goals. When you are consistent in your efforts, you experience personal growth and development. The process of working towards something meaningful, even if it takes time, becomes a source of intrinsic satisfaction. This fulfillment fuels your continued efforts and strengthens your resolve to keep going, even when progress seems slow. Consistency is not just about doing things over and over again. It's about doing them with intention and purpose. When you are committed to a vision that is bigger than yourself, each action you take becomes a step toward fulfilling that purpose. Your commitment becomes the driving force behind your consistency, and it is what enables you to persevere through the tough times and stay focused on the journey. The stronger your commitment to your vision, the more consistent you will become in every area of your life. The secret to consistency lies in understanding that big results are built from small, incremental actions. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the magnitude of our dreams, especially when the path to achieving them feels like a long and difficult journey. We often look at success stories and see the end result, the large accomplishments, the accolades, the recognition, and we forget about the countless small, consistent actions that led to those results. The truth is, no one achieves their goals overnight. It's the daily small steps that truly create the foundation for lasting success. When we break down our goals into smaller tasks, they become more manageable and less daunting. Rather than focusing on the end result, we begin to direct our attention to what we can do today, right now, to move closer to our vision. This shift in focus is what allows us to build momentum and stay consistent, even when progress feels slow. Each small task, each small win, compounds over time and eventually leads to bigger achievements. One of the most powerful things about small actions is that they keep us engaged and motivated. When we think about the end result, the goal can feel so far out of reach that it's easy to lose sight of what we're working toward. The gap between where we are and where we want to be can feel discouraging, making us question if we'll ever get there. But by focusing on smaller, achievable tasks, we can celebrate small victories along the way. These wins, even if they seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, provide the necessary motivation to keep going. They remind us that progress is being made, even if it's not immediately visible. Each small task completed is a step forward, and that is something to be proud of. Breaking down big goals into smaller steps also helps to eliminate feelings of overwhelm. When we try to do everything at once, it can feel like too much to handle. The fear of failure can paralyze us, and we may find ourselves procrastinating or avoiding action altogether. But when we break things down into bite-sized pieces, the task at hand feels more attainable. We stop focusing on the enormity of the goal and start focusing on the next step. This mindset shift is essential for building consistency because it allows us to take action regardless of how we're feeling or how far away the goal seems. Another benefit of focusing on small steps is that it allows for flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and there will be times when things don't go according to plan. Unexpected challenges, distractions, or changes in priorities can throw us off course. However, when our actions are broken down into smaller tasks, we can adapt and pivot more easily. We don't need to start over from scratch when life throws us a curveball. Instead, we can simply adjust the small steps we're taking to stay aligned with our ultimate goal. This flexibility makes it easier to maintain consistency, even when things don't go as planned. The key to maintaining consistency is not about perfection, but about persistence. It's about showing up every day, even if it's just for a short time, and taking action. Small steps build habits, and those habits in turn build the foundation for long-term success. Over time, these habits become second nature, and consistency becomes part of who we are. We no longer have to think about it, we just do it. As we continue to take small actions, we build momentum. Momentum is a powerful force that propels us forward. When we start small, but we start consistently, we create a positive feedback loop. Each small task we complete reinforces our belief in ourselves and our ability to make progress. This sense of accomplishment fuels our desire to keep going, and the more we do, the more we achieve. Eventually, the small steps we started with add up to significant progress, and we look back to realize how far we've come. It's important to remember that every step, no matter how small, is significant. In the beginning, you may not see the impact of your efforts, but trust that they are adding up. Over time, these small, consistent actions will lead to transformation. The key is to keep going, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Consistency is built on the foundation of small, daily actions that accumulate over time. So, focus on what you can do today. Focus on taking that next step, no matter how small, and trust that it will eventually lead to the results you desire. Consistency is not just about achieving a goal, it's about embracing the journey and finding value in the process itself. Too often we become fixated on the end result, whether that's reaching a particular milestone, completing a project, or obtaining a reward. However, this singular focus on the outcome can distract us from the valuable experiences and personal growth that occur along the way. Embracing the journey shifts our mindset and allows us to see that success isn't solely defined by the achievement itself, but by the lessons, challenges, and personal development we encounter while working toward our goals. When we focus only on the destination, we risk overlooking the growth that happens in the process. It's easy to feel impatient when the end goal seems distant, or when the path forward is unclear. But if we constantly push forward with the sole aim of reaching the finish line, we miss the richness of the experience in between. Life is full of moments that shape us, moments that challenge us, teach us, and build our character. When we embrace the journey, we begin to value these moments instead of seeing them as mere obstacles on the way to an end result. By embracing the journey, we learn to appreciate the incremental progress we make. Each small step brings us closer not just to our goal, but to a greater sense of self-awareness and understanding. The difficulties we face on the way to success, the obstacles, setbacks, and frustrations are part of the process. These challenges are not setbacks in the traditional sense, but opportunities for growth. They help us refine our skills, sharpen our determination, and build resilience. If we only focus on the end goal, we risk missing the critical lessons that come from overcoming adversity and learning from our mistakes. Another benefit of embracing the journey is the deep sense of fulfillment it brings. Achieving a goal may bring temporary satisfaction, but the satisfaction derived from the journey is far more lasting. The process itself, the continuous effort, and the small wins along the way provide a sense of accomplishment that can be far more meaningful than the ultimate destination. Success isn't just a moment of arrival, it's about looking back and realizing how much you've learned, how much you've grown, and how far you've come. Each day that you stay consistent, you are building a new layer of strength, wisdom, and skill that contributes to your future success. Embracing the journey encourages a deeper connection to the work you're doing. When you shift your focus from just the result to the process itself, you start to appreciate the intrinsic rewards of your efforts. Instead of only seeing tasks as things that need to be completed, you begin to engage with them fully. You may find joy in the small, seemingly mundane aspects of the work, the creativity involved in problem solving, the satisfaction of refining your skills, or the enjoyment of the discipline it takes to keep moving forward. When you enjoy the journey, you don't see your work as a burden, but as a fulfilling experience that contributes to your personal growth. The journey also teaches us patience. In a world where everything is moving faster than ever, we often expect quick results. We want to see progress immediately and may become discouraged when that doesn't happen. But when we embrace the journey, we learn to trust in the process. We understand that success doesn't happen overnight, and that each step forward, no matter how small, is important. Patience becomes a natural byproduct of embracing the journey. We stop rushing and start savoring the process, knowing that with time our efforts will yield results. Embracing the journey helps us develop a deeper sense of resilience. There will be times when we face setbacks, when things don't go as planned, and when we feel like giving up. But when we focus on the journey, we develop the resilience needed to keep going, even when it feels difficult. We understand that setbacks are just part of the process, and that they don't define our ability to succeed. Every challenge we face becomes an opportunity to grow stronger, and every time we push through adversity, we build the resilience that will serve us in future endeavors. Ultimately, the key to consistency is not just in achieving a goal, but in the ongoing process of working toward it. The real value lies in the journey, the lessons, growth, and personal transformation that take place along the way. So let go of the pressure to reach the end point immediately, and focus instead on embracing each moment of the journey. Trust in the process, enjoy the small wins, and recognize that the person you become in pursuit of your goals is just as important as the goals themselves. Embrace the journey, and let it be the foundation of your consistency and success. Consistency thrives when we develop the ability to adapt and remain flexible in the face of change. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how well we plan, there will always be situations that challenge our expectations, our strategies, and our understanding of what is possible. However, this doesn't mean we must abandon our goals or stop pursuing our vision. Rather, it means we must cultivate the ability to adjust our approach, to be willing to shift when necessary, and to embrace new opportunities even when they deviate from the original plan. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning consistency, it means evolving within it to keep moving forward. When we are committed to a goal or a dream, it's natural to imagine the path forward in a linear way. We picture a steady, clear progression towards success. But the truth is, the road to success is rarely straight. There will be detours, bumps, and unforeseen challenges that disrupt the original plan. In these moments, it's easy to feel frustrated, discouraged, or even defeated. It's tempting to think that because things are not going as planned, we should give up or change our goals altogether. However, those who are truly consistent in their pursuit of success are the ones who can shift their mindset when things don't go according to plan and continue to take action, even if that means adjusting their approach. Flexibility allows us to adjust our expectations and see challenges as opportunities for growth. Sometimes, setbacks or failures aren't signs that we should quit, but signals that we need to adjust our strategy or approach. A flexible mindset helps us look at obstacles from different perspectives, enabling us to find new ways to move forward. When we rigidly hold on to one way of doing things, we risk getting stuck, unable to move forward when things go wrong. But when we allow ourselves to adapt, we open up to new possibilities and create the space for innovation. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning consistency, it means finding different paths to continue on the journey. Being flexible also allows us to embrace change. Change is an inevitable part of life, and it is often in the face of change that our greatest growth happens. Life doesn't remain static, and the circumstances that may have worked for us yesterday might not be relevant today. Flexibility means recognizing that and being willing to pivot when necessary. For instance, you might have started with a particular goal or vision, but as time goes on, you might realize that your values have shifted, or new information has come to light, leading you to reconsider your approach. Flexibility in these situations is about being willing to evolve, to change the course if needed, and to maintain your commitment to consistency even when the path looks different from what you initially envisioned. Moreover, flexibility in your approach allows you to avoid the trap of perfectionism. Perfectionism can be a major roadblock to consistency, as it often leads to inaction or the fear of failure. When we expect everything to be perfect or to go exactly as planned, we set ourselves up for disappointment when things inevitably go wrong. However, when we embrace flexibility, we learn to accept imperfection as part of the process. We become willing to make mistakes, to adjust, and to continue moving forward despite setbacks. This mentality allows us to maintain consistency over time because we are no longer paralyzed by the need for things to be perfect. Instead, we focus on progress, knowing that even if things don't go as planned, we are still moving forward in the right direction. Another benefit of being flexible is that it allows us to maintain momentum, even during difficult or uncertain times. Life is unpredictable, and there will be moments when the unexpected happens, when things seem to fall apart, or when the road ahead is unclear. In these times, flexibility helps us keep going, even when we don't have all the answers. We don't need to have the perfect plan, we just need to take the next step. Flexibility allows us to embrace the uncertainty and still take action, even if it's not the action we initially envisioned. This ability to keep moving forward, even in the face of challenges, is a crucial aspect of consistency. Flexibility is not about giving up on your goals, it's about staying open to the possibility of achieving them in a different way. Life may not unfold according to the plan we've set, but if we remain flexible and adaptable, we can still stay on track to achieving our dreams. It's about finding a balance between remaining committed to your long-term vision and being willing to adjust your approach along the way. The most successful people are not those who stubbornly cling to one idea or plan, but those who can pivot, learn from their mistakes, and adapt to changing circumstances. By embracing flexibility, you not only stay consistent, but you also allow yourself to thrive in the ever-changing landscape of life. A key aspect of consistency is learning to celebrate small wins along the way. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the rush to reach the ultimate goal. We often overlook the importance of acknowledging the progress we make each day. But small wins are not just milestones, they are the building blocks of long-term success. Each step forward, no matter how small, is proof that we are moving in the right direction. Celebrating these wins helps to maintain motivation, as it reinforces positive behavior and reminds us that progress is happening. When we take the time to acknowledge our achievements, we also cultivate a sense of accomplishment and pride, which fuels our commitment to consistency. These small victories provide the encouragement needed to keep going, especially when the end goal seems far off. Moreover, recognizing small wins helps to build momentum. Each time we celebrate a win, we reinforce the idea that progress is possible, making it easier to continue pushing forward. This not only strengthens our resolve, but also reminds us that the journey itself is valuable and worthy of recognition. By celebrating these milestones, we build the emotional and psychological resilience needed to stay consistent over time.